recently I made a lemon chiffon cake with lemon curd filling, and it was great, but I have a bunch of lemon curd left over, so I'm trying to find different ways to incorporate it. We've made a lemon meringue tart. Now I'm going to make some lemon curd pound cake. This is double the recipe, so because I have a lot of lemon curd left over and I just want to use it. So I have 4 eggs. I have a 1.5 cups of milk. I have a 1.5 cups of sugar. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. And we're going to whisk all of that together. What we're trying to do is get all of the eggs broken up. So see how it's one consistent color? That's what we want. Now I'm going to add a cup of vegetable oil. I have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. We're going to whisk those in. And break up the chunks that are going to appear in your baking powder, because that's just how baking powder operates. And then I have 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're just going to add in. This is probably something you can do with a stand mixer. I just decided not to move everything around today. So you're still going to have a few little lumps in it. That's okay. Those are going to bake out. Okay. So our batter is ready. Now we're going to prepare our pans, get our lemon curd in, and then we'll pop it in the oven. So to prepare our pans, I'm going to use normally I would use my pan grease that I make. This time I'm going to do it a little differently, and I'm going to make a bread sling. So I spray my pan, take a piece of parchment paper and put it inside, making sure that 2 sides are sticking out so that when the bread comes out, once it's cooled, I can pull up and have a perfectly formed bread loaf. So this is, because I'm using disposable pans, they're slightly smaller than your normal bread pans, which is why I can get 3 loaves out of this doubled recipe when you normally would get just 2. Little bread slings. And I spray them a second time just to make them stay. Otherwise they'll move around as I'm trying to add batter. Okay, so I have the batter we just made. I'm going to pour some in each little pan. Just about 1/3 of the way full. Take our lemon curd, and you need a full cup for this whole recipe. But if you have more, a little less, it's all okay. I'm just going to sprinkle the lemon curd over the top. And again. One more time. And you need some left over because you're going to add more. So then I put the rest of the batter in the 3 pans. Making sure I distribute mostly evenly. It's never going to be perfect, right? Then I'm going to take another scoopful of lemon curd, put it over the top. Then I'm going to take a plain butter knife and just swirl around so that you can get a little bit of lemon curd in every bite. Because remember how you saw in the middle there was not enough lemon curd really? It was just in the middle but not in the corners. This is going to alleviate that. We're just going to swirl it a little and get the lemon curd not fully incorporated into the batter, but mixed enough that every bite should have a little hint of the lemon curd in it. And there we go. We're going to pop these in the oven. It's set at 350 degrees. In about 45 minutes, we'll check on it, see if a toothpick inserted in the middle will come out clean. At 45 minutes, I checked on the lemon curd pound cakes, and they were not ready. They were still jiggly in the middle. Now, I put them in for another 10 minutes. So it took a total of 55 minutes to cook, but now they look perfect. We're going to let these cool off for the next 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take them out of the pans, and I'm going to make the glaze that goes over the top. So waited about 10 minutes. Our lemon curd pound cakes are cooled off. So I'm going to just show you how I get them out of the pan. It's really simple. That sling we made, you pull right up and it comes right out. And then I flip it over, peel the parchment paper off, throw that away. Now I have, in this bowl, I have 2 cups of powdered sugar. And then I have some lemon juice. And I have I need to put 6 teaspoons of lemon juice in here. And I took the lemons that I fresh squeezed them. So you can use store-bought lemon juice. It won't affect it. But I used the fresh stuff because we have a whole bunch of lemons. And then I'm just going to whisk this together. And see how there's not enough liquid in there? Just need to put more in. So I added 3 teaspoons. Still is too thick. I think I was supposed to add 3 tablespoons, and I added teaspoons. So once it's at a consistency where you can kind of drizzle, that's good. And then I want to make sure that I get all of the pieces of the powdered sugar into the lemon juice. I'm just going to take a spatula and slowly pour into my squeeze bottle. Got most of it in there. I'm just going to put a little lid on. and then put a nice glaze over the top. And you can just keep making pretty designs on your lemon pound cake until you've used all of your glaze. And then we're done.